Drop a like for some good luck for NIO stock. We got some pretty shocking news coming out of China. But first, guys, make sure you are subscribed and hit the bell for daily awesome videos on NIO and NIO stock. Breaking news and shocking rumors as well. First up, the breaking news is the ES6 has become officially a hot product with over 10,000 deliveries on that ES6 alone, just one vehicle model. So you can imagine all the other vehicle models, ET5T and then ES8 and then ET5, etc., all those add together, we're going to get around 20,000 plus. Yesterday's video, we talked about someone leaked out that NIO has already achieved 20,000. That was further hinted at today. And also this, congratulating NIO on 10,000 plus deliveries on just the ES6 alone. So that is very, very awesome, a very good milestone. And it is the first pure electric SUV over 350k RMB to be able to deliver 10,000 plus deliveries in a single month. So that's a very big milestone. In terms of NIO stock, right now it's 5:42 p.m. in Beijing. So it's very early in the US. The markets have not opened, but pre-market trading as of right now, 15.4. That's absolutely insane. And if you watched my previous video, you would have known that I called for, if we convincingly break above 15 and 15.3, then the gamma squeeze is on. That means all the $15 strike price call options are going to be in the money. And there's a ton of them. And having a ton of them just means the market makers has to hedge themselves in case the stock price gets super high and they're forced to exercise. So they got to have the shares in their hand. So what we can expect is market makers in this week or even next week, they could be purchasing a lot of shares to protect themselves against an increase in stock price. And of course, purchasing more shares adds more fuel to the fire. Everybody that shorted last week, they are in deep, hot waters. And I'm sure the hedge funds are pissing their pants right now. Especially the hedge fund that came out with the short report. I forgot what it was called, but they're probably pissing their pants right now. Price targets 16.8, 21.9, and 27.8. There's a very high possibility that we could be rocketing up there with all this enthusiasm and also the gamma squeeze combined with the short squeeze together. So looking more closely at the chart itself, right now in pre-market hours, 15.35, very good. Looks like we have convincingly broke above $15. And take a look, our big first resistance is over here, 16.8, which is the first the target that I told you guys about. And if we can convincingly rocket past that, then oh my God. Then next one is 21.89, and then afterwards all the way up to 27.86-ish, which has been the previous gap over here. Look at that gap. So what are we looking at right now? The most important thing that we got to pay attention to is everybody, this line right here, 13.8. Ever since breaking above that, this signals a very important change in things. Everybody that shorted since October 7th of 2022 is now in trouble, in deep, deep trouble. These guys that shorted over here or shorted over here, they are in deep trouble. The bankers are calling them. I'm not going to make the banker impersonation, but the bankers are calling them. And they're buying. They got to buy. They probably had their stops around this price level. And once it got triggered, boom, you see that rise, massive rise, man. And then gamma squeeze, if we can successfully push even above 20, and I think 20 is also a very big important level to look at, because 20 is also one of those even numbers where a lot of option buyers look at. So at $20, if we break above 20, I think we might just rocket past this level of 21.89. It might just be like we go 20, and then if we pass that, all of a sudden the $20 call options are in the money. Boom, hedge fund, the market makers have to buy, and that will push us directly up to 27.86. Do I expect it to go all the way up to 40-ish? I don't think that could happen. It might, Not financial advice, always not financial advice, but it looks kind of probable, even though this seems far-fetched to get up to 27-ish. But I think we could get there with the slew of catalysts and also this gamma squeeze happening right now. We might get a little bit of chop and then go up, but we'll just have to see. In my opinion, most gaps do get filled. That's why when NIO stock was at 60 and I said we could be going to 22, people were calling me crazy. Hey, Mr. P, you're so crazy, man. You're insane. How could we possibly go to 22? But I said, there's a gap down there. We could fill that gap. It's most likely going to get filled, all right? That's why I knew we could possibly go down to 22. Now, on its way down to 22, it left a gap at 27-ish. That would also probably most likely get filled. And I think there's a good chance that in the next week or so, or the next couple of days, the rocket ship might be taking us to that gap right there. And apart from gamma squeeze and short squeeze, which are happening as well, China is also bolstering investor confidence. So that's why we're seeing Chinese stocks rocket like crazy here in China. And also, good deliveries for NIO would also boost NIO's shareholders' investor confidence. So all this together, you see what I'm saying? This is a perfect storm, guys. So buckle up, guys. We are in for a ride. Last month, BMW had 22% of the luxury EV market share, and NIO had 27%. But right now, in July, with NIO's deliveries absolutely exploding, BMW is feeling the heat, and BMW is getting very desperate. I can't believe it. They copied NIO's BaaS model, BaaS purchasing. Now, obviously, it has nothing to do with battery swap. You can buy the car without buying the battery for BMW i3, and that lowers the purchasing price of the i3 down to 199k RMB, and you pay 980 RMB a month for battery rental. That is the exact same price as NIO's BaaS rental fees, which is absolutely insane, and it shows how desperate these guys are. Now, Xpeng actually did this in the past as well, and keep in mind that this isn't true BaaS, all right? This isn't true battery as a service. This is just another way of financing the car almost, because it's not two separate invoices, it's one invoice. With NIO, the actual battery is owned by some other company, and it's not even NIO, it's Weineng, which is another company. So there's two invoices. With Xpeng and BMW's like battery rental, it's one invoice. So it's not true battery separation from the car, if you get what I mean. You can't say, oh, I'll change the battery if the battery I have on my car isn't good enough because, I'm renting the battery. I can change the battery whenever I want. No. You can't do that. In essence, it just shows how desperate BMW is for market share to claw back the sales that NIO has taken away from them with the launch of the ES6 and the ET5T, which have absolutely become hot products. The other massive news is NIO is, there's this poster leaked online, and this is an internal poster, all right? This is for internal employees, and this is apparently NIO, they have some sort of a big announcement, but it's for internal employees. So my speculation is this might have something to do with NIO's ES6 selling so well and the milestone that it has achieved, because if you translate the poster, it says milestone. So it probably has something to do with that, and not some partnership announcement or something insane like that. But needless to say, there's a big thing coming up, and NIO's CEO is going to be presenting this as well. Let's see how the stock performs, and we'll come back tomorrow. And tomorrow, there's going to be deliveries announced. We are most likely going to get 20,000 deliveries. Lots of people saying 20,000 already. So we'll see. And then we'll talk more about this tomorrow. All right? Stay safe, stay healthy. See you tomorrow. Peace out.